What's up, challengers? Welcome to the gym. My name's Gym Leader Geo, and this is the GBA Season 6 Week 11 rematch-up of the San Francisco GiEnteis and the Utah Jasmine, coached by Koop. And the last time I battled Koop, and the only time I've ever battled Koop, I beat him 6-0 in what is a mixture of good prep on my part, really good luck on my part, and a couple of 50-50s that happened to go my way. And I'm not anticipating this match to go that same way, but I have made some roster changes, and I think they are for the better in some ways and for the worse in others. If you guys are interested in the team that I brought for this week, please check out the locker room, the video that went up immediately prior to this one. And I'm nervous. On the right, you can see his 11 Pokemon organized in some weird, rough prediction of what I think he's going to bring. But this is Koop we're talking about. He's very unpredictable, and he could honestly bring anything. So let's. He's been waiting for me. If those of you who just watched the locker room yesterday will know that I've been awake for 36 hours. I just got off a double shift where I worked nights and then AMs, and I had to prep, and then this crazy. But that's not an excuse for anything that happens today. If I don't perform, that's on me. If Koop does well, that's on him. So he's ready, I'm ready. Let's see what he brought. I'm predicting Greninja, Staraptor, Gallade, and Gliscor at least. Sableye. So one of the things I was considering is whether or not he'd consider bringing Sableye this time around. But it's pretty easy for me to break. But with Prankster, I'm imagining some shenanigans going on. So a good switch into to him will be the Nidoking, because the Nidoking will be able to get off. Doesn't really care about a burn, can't be poisoned, can't be T-waved, so I don't really mind too much about that. So Sableye, and he did bring the Empoleon this time. So, Greninja, Staraptor, Clefable, and no Mega Gallade. Greninja, Staraptor, Clefable. So we're going to have to see whether or not this is Magic Guard or Unaware. Probably Magic Guard this time. I don't think he's too scared of my setup. Greninja, possible lead. Staraptor, if it's Scarf, possible lead. Gliscor, possible lead. Empoleon could, I guess, also be a possible lead. I think I want to lead with Zap. And the reason for that is, as you guys know, if you watched my video, my locker room video, I have U-turn, not Volt Switch. So if he leads with Gliscor, I can just start popping off some Hidden Power Ices right out the gate, and if not, I can predict that switch and make moves accordingly. I should be adjusting this. He did not bring the Wheezing. He brings out Wave Man, which is, yeah, okay. This is good. And then we've got Staraptor, Sableye, no Magnezone, which is a good thing. No Gallade, which is a very good thing. No Claydol. And no Aggron. 246. Okay, so he's going for a very defensive build this time around. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt here. Now, I know that he has the Gliscor, and I know it's a very easy switch for him if he's predicting the Volt switch, but I predict he just wants to go for Rocks here. Honestly, I think that's what he wants to do, and I want to punish him for that. Thunderbolt will hit him super effectively. It's stab, it's powerful. It'll tell us a lot about him, and if he goes into Gliscor, I can always just go into Ditto and figure out what he's got going on there. So let's click Thunderbolt here. This really comes down to how ballsy he wants to play. He can play the predicted, like, a Volt Switch won't actually do too much to Wave Man, and if he really wants Rocks up, he could just do that predicting the Volt Switch. That said, if he wants to play a little more safely, he doesn't know my Zap set, he is going to withdraw. So Gliscor almost certainly the one coming in here. Shade Man, yeah, that's Gliscor. So, yeah, gonna Gonna trigger his Toxic Orb here. Now, he could go for Knockoff. He could go for a Toxic on Zap Zap. He could go for a lot of different things, but I'm going to go into Remix here because I'd really like to know what his set is. He was mind gaming me a little bit on Discord before the match, talking theories about how he thinks the match is going to turn out. And he did give hints that he might be a really stalling Shademan set. I don't know if that's actually going to be true. I'm pretty sure he wants to invest some speed to try and outspeed some of my base 100s, if possible. So Remix is going to come in. Let's get a look at this guy's set. If he goes for a Toxic here, currently I'm Shademan, so he's going to go for Protect just to kind of scout out whether or not I'm Scarfed. So now he knows that information. Earthquake, Toxic, Roost, and Protect, meaning that we cannot do anything to one another at all. What else do we know? We know that he'll probably outspeed Cresselia. This is interesting. I think he'll go for Toxic here because even though Remix is currently Gliscor and I have Toxic Heal, there's not really a reason for him not to. Metagross can switch in on the Toxic, obviously, but doesn't want to take an Earthquake, really. I mean, it'll hit for 39 to 48 on Metagross, barring some very unique set. Interesting. Earthquake, Toxic, Roost, Protect. That's good to know. I don't super mind some things getting Toxic, but Roost, Protect, he'll just Roost Stall out a lot of these things. Metagross doesn't mind about the Toxic. I can take 2 Earthquakes. I know that this is my primary Staraptor switch in, but I think... You know, I probably should have gone for the Protect first, but I think he'll go for Toxic here. I could be wrong, but I think he'll go for Toxic. Yeah, he goes straight away for the Earthquake. So let's see how much investment he's got here. Down to 107. So hit for 80. That's a mid-range on no attack investment. He can scout out what I've got here relatively effectively by just clicking Protect. But I'm going to click Ice Punch. I have no speed investment, so he will outspeed me. If he wants to go for another Earthquake, then I do potentially risk losing my primary switch into Staraptor. And that's unfortunate, but it's kind of got to be what I do here. Gliscor came in at a very... his set makes sense. It does. It's a good pivot switch for him. And if I'm playing too defensively, he can take advantage of that. So I need to start pulling some offensive moves here. A switch into Greninja would mean that I have to go Ditto again. He could really push my hand with Ditto. Ditto against this matchup is very effective. I need to try and get... Entei in here. Let's start putting down things I know on my... He's going to go for Earthquake again. He is going to stay in. And this is going to hurt Tintin a lot. I'm going to pop off the Ice Punch here. It'll be maybe not a 2-hit KO after 2 Poison Heals. So he might go for Roost or Protect here. If he goes for the Roost, he loses his Flying typing, which will mean I won't hit him for quite as much. but yeah, so it's unfortunate. Tintin could have been relatively useful in a lot of other ways against this man's team. But shoot. He could just finish me off here and then put a lot of work into... I'm not sure what he'll do. I think his best bet is probably Roost, so that he only takes super effective, not 4 times effective damage from the Ice Punch. He'll have a little bit more health. He can finish me off the turn after with another Earthquake. I think that's what he does here. But my hand's a little bit forced. Yeah, he is going to go for the Roost. One thing is, if I'm predicting the Earthquake now... Yeah, he gets a lot of health back from that. If I'm predicting the Earthquake now... then I want to know what Hidden Power Ice will do to him from Zap Zap. Ooh, it'll really hurt him. Tintin is outsped by a majority of his team, so might be in my better interest to just let myself go down rather than risk him predicting that I switch Tintin out and get a Toxic on Zapdos. But an HP Ice from Zap Zap would really hurt Shade Man. But he's at basically full health here. And he's taken out Tintin in the process. Still be useful as a switch in against Toxic.
Don't try this yourself.
You could protect here also just to be at like ultra full health. Man, played that one well. Let's go Zap Zap and save Tintin. I don't predict he's going to go for the Toxic here. I think he's going to protect to try and get up to full health before he EQs to try and finish me off. Yeah, okay, so he's going to go straight for the Earthquake. I guess the Poison Heal would have fully healed him anyway. He's got to predict that I have Hidden Power here. I'm sure he doesn't want to take it. I'm going to click U-turn. Now he's going to protect. Shoot. Kind of see what I locked myself into there. Shade Man's a problem. I don't know if any of you followed me before the GBA, but I made tons of mentions of how Gliscor is literally my least favorite Pokemon. Just because I like the mind games that come from semi-stall and stall play, but I don't like Gliscor because he's literally just... this is all he kind of does. And probably I should have prepared a little more for that, but I guess I'm out of practice for playing against this mentality. So I could go Ditto here. I mean, there's not really much point in me doing anything other than U-turning. I'm locked into it. There's no point in hard switching. He's going to withdraw Shade Man this time. And go into Wave Man as I U-turn. Let's think here. Waveman is Empoleon. So he might have been just doing a true scout as to whether or not I'm actually scarfed there. Thinking that it's possible that I was trying to bluff him. But Empoleon, base speed 60, would require a lot of speed investment to outspeed a Nidoking, and he doesn't know what my investment is. But if he's calm, fully defensive, then Prince should outspeed him, and an Earth Power should pretty much kill him. I mean, it won't if he's fully specially defensive, he will live. he will live. I could also go into Tintin. Because Tintin naturally outspeeds him. We'll see whether or not he has any investment. Metagross is pretty much dead at this point anyway. One of the few Pokemon I can actually outspeed is right in front of me. This will give him a free switch back into the Gliscor, though. So maybe Prince is a better move. I could also go DDG, who will probably outspeed him. Set up a substitute, and then start trying to set up Calm Minds. I think it's too early for that, though. This is one of the few Pokemon I can do it against, though. No, and he doesn't have Gallade, which is the primary reason for DDG. So let's go DDG here. Let's set up my substitute. Just in case he's got Toxic. I don't know what his set is right now. Now, if it's Unaware Clefable, then that's unfortunate. But I don't think it is Unaware Clefable. I think it's going to be Magic Guard. But if it's Calm Mind Unaware Clefable, that's very unfortunate for me. Especially if he switches into it right now. And I might have to make a very ballsy play there. Luckily, I should also outspeed the Clefable with Metagross. I should outspeed both Waveman and Clefable. So Metagross can be useful if he gets a switch in on these guys. But the Gliscor is I've gotta make moves on this Gliscor, honestly. The way I've played DDG, to how he views this, yeah, he's gotta make aggressive moves here to prevent me from setting up. Galaxy Man is the Clefable. So now I'm thinking... Now I'm thinking he could be a Calm Mind variety. But a little prior damage on it. I also have Ditto here. So I could just easily, if he starts trying to set up Calm Minds, I could just Ditto in. And it shouldn't be the end of the world. How much damage can Clefable do to Cresselia? Moonblast shouldn't be able to break my sub. Yeah, shouldn't be able to. Now, Moonblast will do next to nothing to him either. Worth mentioning. But getting some bonuses up there will allow me to see just what kind of Galaxy Man we're dealing with here. So I am going to click Calm Mind. This will also show me whether or not he's speed invested. He's going to withdraw. Who are we thinking? Storm Eagle. So he wants to break... He wants to break that substitute. I am fully defensive. And I'm at +1/+1 now. Chances are he wants to go for a U-turn to try and break the sub. Interesting move on his part. I mean... I honestly think he clicks U-turn. I think he clicked U-turn to break the sub. I'm +1/+1. That's not a 2-hit KO against Storm Eagle. I'm gonna click Substitute here, because I think he's gonna break it. He's gonna Double Edge right away. He gets a crit. Wow, wow. He really did. So looking at that damage, I mean, we see that, what I mean to say is, we see that he doesn't take recoil damage. That means no life orb. It would make sense if he were choiced. He could be a double-edged Final Gambit, and then just be running Silk Scarf here. So getting a little heat on this man would be good. If he's Adamant Reckless Banded, 52 to 62%. Moonblast will hit him for 39 to 46. We'll see whether or not he's running that Roost variety. I could get one Moonblast off on him now. And then a couple of Moonlights. This is a mind game here. Let me explain what's going through my head. He's got to alternate in order to take out the sub and put me in a position where he can hurt me and force me to recover. That situation will afford him the ability to roost off damage if he's not banded. I think I click Moonblast here. He's going to click Double Edge again and break my sub. Take a little bit of damage of recoil, and Moonblast is going to go off. At +1, that'll bring him down a decent amount. Now, almost certainly he doesn't want me behind a sub, so it would make sense for him to double edge again. That will hurt DDG a lot. Moonblast might not kill. It looks like he... Obviously, it looks like he's below half, but he has taken recoil in the amount of 2 destructions of my substitute. 25% of my health. So Moonblast might kill, it might not. That said, if he clicks Double Edge again, and he's Reckless Banded and hits me for 62%. 171. I'm at 75%. I'll be so close to dead that just about anything could finish me off. So I'm going to play it safe and click Moonlight here. Wait, if I click Moonlight as he clicks Roost, then he clicks Double Edge next turn as I click Substitute. But I think I have to do it anyway. I'm going to click Moonlight here and hope he doesn't Roost. He's going to go for Toxic. He's actually running Toxic on this thing. Ah. Shoot! Oh, man. Well, that is truly, truly unfortunate for me. Now he can actually Roost stall me. I hate being negative. I don't like being negative in these games, but I think I don't see how I can get out of this. I know it's still 6-6, and anything can happen, but I don't see how I can get out of this. I think he Roosts now, so it wouldn't be worth it for me to Moonblast because that's just a losing battle where I take increasing toxic damage. He could double edge. That's a possibility. I'm gonna go into Zap Zap. The Toxic. Yeah, there's the Roost. He's seen Thunderbolt and U-turn. He doesn't know whether I have anything else. He might still be unsure whether or not I have Hidden Power Ice. Heat Wave is not a 2-hit KO on Gliscor, and it doesn't do great against a majority of the rest of his team. He could go into the Sableye as a relatively safe switch. Who's yet to show his face in this battle. Thunderbolt would be a 2-hit KO against that. He could take one, he could spam Recover on me until he switches into Gliscor. He could also click Roost again. But he's at full health. He has no reason to worry about anything right now. His Pokemon are not damaged. Let's click U-turn. He is gonna stay in. Man. He might be clicking Toxic again here. There's really no reason for me to go to DDG. I can go Prince, but if he clicks Double Edge, it's dead. Entei, we know he's not Choice Banded, which is a good thing. Probably Silk Scarf again, that's what he ran last time. Yeah, Double Edge will pretty much kill me, and Extreme Speed's not worth it for me at this point. He needs to be weakened. Each and every one of these Mons that I've encountered so far have been difficult for me to gain momentum against. The U-turn, maybe I should have just been a little more ballsy about that. I could sack Tintin, being of relatively low usefulness right now. Let's go Tintin. I know he could still do something against the Clefable and the... Yeah, he's going to go straight for the Double Edge here. So that will take me out. Roost Toxic Double Edge. Last move could be Flying Stab, though he doesn't really need it. I do not like the situation that I am currently in. I wish he did not have Toxic on that. That was a great bring. I should have played a little more protective with the Cress. I have to think. Entei will take too much damage from a Double Edge. I can't risk Entei like that. I gotta go back into Zap Zap. He still has not seen Hidden Power Ice. So I could click that here. He might be seeing the desperation. My prediction just cost me a Mon. It was a pretty much almost dead Mon, so in the scheme of numbers, it's not a big deal. But he also clicked double edge when I click the U-turn. Could be that he has a walk-on berry. How much damage will the HP ice do to him? 70 to 80. So he'll kill himself with the double edge on me. Then I have to click Thunderbolt, don't I? I have to click Thunderbolt. Let's think this through. If he makes the prediction and goes into Gliscor on my Thunderbolt. Then who do I have to switch into? Cresselia, I suppose. Gotta click Thunderbolt here. Good, he stays in. He does have the walk-on berry, though. So he will survive this. At one health, and gets to kill me with a double edge. Silk Scarf double edge will take me out with a crit. Lived on 1. How about that, huh? Lived on 1. I still have Ditto to switch into Greninja. I have Nidoking to try and take on the Gliscor. I have Nidoking for the Sableye. It's not over, but I'm gonna have such a difficult time breaking this guy's team. I honestly am. I knew walk-in was a possibility, but 155 to 183, even with the walk-on berry, 77 to 91. So that had to have been a low roll. Gliscor's a problem. And for that reason, I need to go into Prince here. He's going to go into Wave Man. Let's once again reassess the situation we're in. Scald will hit me for 74 to 88. Earth Power will not kill especially defensive Empoleon. I think it's more likely that he's physically defensive for the Entei, in which case Earth Power will kill him. Scald shouldn't kill me. Hydro Pump will kill me. I need Prince to kill the Gliscor. Ditto's wouldn't be bad against Wave Man. As there's no way he's gonna click Thunder or T-Wave here. Toxic. Could Scald. It'll be resisted if I switch. Could get a burn. I kind of need to keep Ditto safe. And Cresselia won't be able to do much against Wave Man. I think I have to... My hand is a little bit forced here again, but I'm pretty sure I have to click Earth Power. So let's do that. He's going to outspeed. He does have speed investment. Is he fully offensively invested? Does he get the burn? He doesn't get the burn. I do live on 7. He did have speed investment, so this should kill him. So Wave Man's dead. But Empoleon wasn't a huge issue for me. So, oh man. He had a lot of speed investment then for that offensive Empoleon. I don't exactly know what the Gliscor set is. If he goes into it here, it's relatively safe to assume that he outspeeds me with a degree of confidence. Empoleon, Shadowman.exe is his Greninja. My switch into this is Ditto. I wanted to make it Zapdos first to scout for U-turn, because U-turn will actually do a lot of damage to me. Just doing a quick calc. Prince has a chance to outspeed the Clefable if it's not invested, so I need to hold on to it for that. It's great that Waveman's dead. I can no longer use it as my answer to Gliscor because Gliscor might outspeed. Actually, I'm relatively certain, given the way he played this coming into Shadowman EXE like this, I'm pretty sure he's not speed invested on that Gliscor. Meaning I should be okay to outspeed him with my defense invest. I have some HP investment on my Prince, so Ditto is my designated switch into this, and we just gotta hope for the best. If it clicks U-turn, it'll do a ton of damage to me. A ton of damage. But I do resist his stab and ice coverage, which I imagine are the three things he's got. Hydro, Dark Pulse. He could be physical. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Dark Pulse. Eat that up. Way to go, Remix! Yes! Scald, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Protect. Scald has the chance to get the burn on him. Ice Beam has the chance to get the freeze. Dark Pulse can, let's go for the burn here. I'm gonna click Scald. He's gonna click Protect. I mean, Scald's the best move against him. I only have 5 of them. He knows that. He clicked Protect once. Clefable can probably take this relatively well. It depends on the investment of the Sableye. Sableye hasn't been seen yet. I'm not sure what it's there for. We still have Nidoking. Nidoking's not over yet. He's going to withdraw. Sableye or Clefable? Probably Clefable. Galaxy Man is Clefable. He's probably not fearing the burn. Especially defensive invested. He's got lefties. What might he double out into here? Gliscor, potentially. I want to save Cress as a switch into Gliscor, and I want to try and keep the offensive momentum here, so I'm going to switch into DDG. I don't know anything about this Galaxy Man right now. I don't know what he's got. But if he keeps switching into Greninja, he gets a free attack on Remix every time, so I've got maybe 5 of these. He could set up the rocks now, also. Now that I don't have a defogger. I mean, I didn't before, but I also don't have a switch into Empoleon. So, let's go decisions here. I think rocks if he's got him on this guy, but I think Calm Mind if he's a setup. set up Killafable. Reflect. Uh-oh. Interesting. So he knows what's coming. Okay, let's think how ballsy I need to get here. How ballsy do I need to get here? If he goes straight into Gliscor, I can't do anything about it. He could be Calm Mind variety, in which case switching into Remix is not great for me. If he goes for an attack here just to try and whittle decisions as much as possible, then it would be a huge mistake to go into Nidoking. He has lots of potential moves here, so we gotta think why he's running this set. And it's clearly to minimize the effectiveness of decisions. Potentially his idea was set up a Reflect, then start Calm Minding. Switching into Ditto will give me answers to that, but not a whole lot of other help. You could have Soft Boil, which would be nice to get Ditto's health up a little bit. And I still have the Cress as the sack. So we could go Remix. He might also have Wish, which could be useful to potentially pass something to Nidoking, though that's really unlikely. Could also be Subset. Toxic. Am I unaware? Looks like it. No, not unaware, sorry. Magic Guard. Toxic Reflect, Soft-Boiled Moonblast. Reflect, in theory, helps with the Earthquake, but there's no point in me doing that. I might as well just click Moonblast. It's not really reason for me to do anything other than Moonblast here. Oh, he withdraws. Into Shade Man? I mean, this won't hit him for too much damage, but... Gets a special attack drop. Excellent. He's got EQ, Toxic, Roost, and Protect. So what's he trying to do here? He could be trying to stall, force the hand that makes me sacrifice Cresselia. I mean, I think he knows he needs to weaken Remix. He knows he needs to weaken Remix here. EQ will hit for about 27 to 32. I do not have the option to switch my moves up and go for the soft boiled. Let's go into DDG. I'm already toxic. He can't toxic me again. He can't hit me with EQ. He can stall me out. I'm I'm gonna click Calm Mind to allow me, in case he switches into Greninja, it'll allow me to take one of his Dark Pulses better. This is kind of a gambit run here to make DDG put out as much as possible in the closing turns here. Toxic's gonna whittle me down very severely, very quickly. But DDG's got to try and pull some final weight here, as being one of my last remaining switch-ins to this Shade Man. We're in an interesting position here. So he doesn't have Stealth Rocks. So, in theory, I can keep switching around. Anytime Clefable comes in, Ditto can come in, doesn't worry about the Toxic, and I can recover up. Anytime the Greninja comes in, I can come in with Ditto. And we can trade damage on that. He doesn't have Wish on anything, so he can't heal up his Greninja, whereas I can heal up. He's got to be thinking that he might need to force the hand there a little bit. DDG's got to push the button here, though. I'm not trying for a 4-4 timeout here. I'm not trying for that. I'm trying to force the hand. He is going to withdraw. I'm thinking Clefable probably, but he might go very aggressive. No, he's going to go into Galaxy Man. Let's see what kind of numbers I need to put up. Zapdos is gone. Metagross is gone. What kind of numbers do I need to put up to make this Clefable? His Reflect wore off, so he's probably going to want to redo that. We know all he's got is Moonblast. So decisions could come in, but with the Reflect, it's hardly doing anything. What do I need to get to, I mean, even getting all the way to +6, I'm not 2-hit KO in Galaxy Man. I mean, is it worth me attacking at all right now? It's laughable chip damage against Galaxy Man. Here's the thing. If he predicts my switch into Ditto and goes into Greninja, because Ditto is my switch into Greninja. I don't have another one, so I would have to switch out into DDG. So he could be trying to play some double maneuvers like that. I'm going to click Moonblast here, just in case he gets cheeky. I think he clicks Reflect here. He's going to click Toxic. Maybe he was predicting that I went into decisions there. He can't really take out DDG outside of the Greninja. Just Moonblast again. That was a really ballsy play on his part, because if I had gone into Nidoking there, something would have died. He's going to click Moonblast here himself. Starting to take a lot of damage from that poison. He wants that toxic on decisions. I can sense it. I need to check again what decisions does to Gliscor if it's fully defensive, which I imagine it is. I can 2-hit KO it with Sacred Fire. You could soft boiled here. Ante against the Clefable is I mean, Ironhead does a lot, but it wouldn't 2-hit KO it after it goes for a Reflect. Go Remix. The time's got to be right for me to go into Nidoking. So that could have been the right time. Worth noting if he's, I should be paying a little bit more attention to the damage I'm doing to him to figure out what his investment is, because Sludge Wave is 101 to 120 if he has some special defense investment. But if he's max defense invested, it's 86 to 104. That's calm leftovers variety. I think he clicks... There's no reason for him to click Moonblast here. I'm not playing to lose a 4-4 draw. I'm playing to try and win here. So, he should be feeling very safe. He could click Reflect. He could switch to Gliscor. I don't really know why he would click Moonblast here, unless he's predicting me to get ballsy and switch into Nidoking. Which he could do, but he could be interested to see what I lock myself into. Another reason why he would click Reflect, but I don't know what his set is yet, and I don't want to switch into Nidoking, click Sludge Wave, fail to kill him, and then ruin my time here. Nidoking is my one last chance to kill Galaxy Man. I got to be more confident. I think he clicks Reflect, but I got a special attack drop on him. He does click Moonblast, so thank goodness I did not go into Nidoking there. A switch into Nidoking there would have been horrible for me. I'm gonna click Moonblast again. Just to kind of scout what he's going for here. He could switch to Gliscor. He's gonna stay in again. Probably another Moonblast. I think he wants to get me weak enough that... no, he's gonna soft boil. So he wants to be at full health. What I might do is Cresselia, double back into Remix on Galaxy Man. Let's go DDG. Let's use these couple of turns as a rebuilding turn. Gonna go for Moonblast here. Gets the special attack drop, but I'm not looking to do any damage with DDG. I'm looking to recover a little bit of health here. I know I outspeed. So let's Moonlight back a little more safety. After one Moonlight, if he goes hard switch into Greninja here, I should actually... He doesn't do that, but I should have been able to survive one... He's gonna Moonblast again. With time coming down to what it is, I think his goal here is don't make it safe for me to ever switch into Decisions or Nidoking. If he keeps that up... I'm gonna go Remix again here. Because I'd like to be able to click Soft Boiled. He controls the pace here, but it's just going to take one prediction from me. Actually, I think he can literally just click Moonblast every single turn. Yeah, I think his goal here is timer. If he runs the timer, he can click Moonblast every single turn, and it's not safe for me to bring in any kind of Pokemon here. Galaxy Man's very safe as long as Nidoking doesn't come in. Nidoking cannot take an attack from Galaxy Man, even a resisted Moonblast. So what he's trying to do here is prevent me from bringing in Nidoking and pulling an attack. So he goes for Reflect there. Switch back into DDG here. This is horrendous gameplay. I am truly sorry for what you guys are watching. Unfortunately, I can't really speed this up unless I want to just forfeit. Moonblast has so much PP. So I'm not going to run him out of Moonblasts. DDG's back up to full health. Okay, here's where I'm at with this. Back into Remix. Moonblast once or twice. Hope that the Reflect's coming down. Switch into Decisions. He clearly understands the risk that is Nidoking right now. So he's definitely playing the clock, which is wise on his part. Definitely wise. For having a special attack drop, he's hitting really hard against Decisions. That's 2 special attack drops, so that should help. Unless he gets a crit. I get a special attack draw. Reflect wore off. Shoot, I wanted to wait one more turn. I gotta make an offensive switch here. I gotta go into Decisions. I think he clicks Reflect. If I'm being honest, I think he does. Could come down to necessitating flinch hacks against the Gliscor. So here's the thing: if he doesn't click, if he clicks Reflect here, and I switch into Nidoking, he runs the risk of losing this game. But if I click Decisions, let's see what he went for. Moonblast if he was predicting the Nidoking. Reflect. So he was predicting the the Entei. Under Reflect, Ironhead's not even a 2-hit KO. Yet it's still going to be what I click, because there's no point in me clicking Sacred Fire here. Well, it only does slightly less damage. And it's better against everything else. But Ironhead has the chance to flinch, so let's click Ironhead. I think he clicks Toxic. Ah, if he's clicking Toxic, why didn't I switch into Nidoking? Well, it's too late for that now. I probably should have switched to Nidoking on this turn. Going for a flinch here. Oh! Big. Just two more of those, and I think something happens here. Okay, you know what? No, I'm going for game. I'm switching into Prince. I lose this 4-4 right now if I don't make this move. I predict that he clicks Soft Boiled, knowing that if I don't get another flinch, he loses the game. I'm clicking Nidoking, and I get one last move as long as he doesn't stall the clock out right now. Because if he plays to the very end of this turn, I don't get another turn. It looks like he's taking a little bit too long, so this might have been too slow. Come on, Koop. Give me this one chance to see if my prediction was right. I don't think I have enough time. He's gonna withdraw. Is it Greninja? Yeah, nope. Shade Man. Well, time to find out. No, why did I click Ice Beam? I should have clicked Sludge Wave. He's gonna switch into... man. Oh well, actually he's just gonna let the clock run. He's got this victory. 4-4 victory in favor of Koop, I believe. No, he's just gonna protect. Okay. 4-4 victory in favor of Koop. Can't help but wonder what would have happened. Timer's out, so it doesn't really matter. I click Ice Beam again, but we don't get another turn because the battle time ran out. It doesn't matter that there is still command time left. That doesn't change anything. We don't get another turn. So, unfortunate. I really am curious to see what would have happened if this had gone on maybe just 10 minutes longer. I think getting Prince in here like this meant a lot. Because I could have Ice Beam against Shade Man and killed it. Or he has to switch, possibly into Greninja, to take the Ice Beam. I switch into Ditto. I force off with a Scald. Yeah. But that is unfortunately the end of our playoff hopes as he takes the 4-4 victory over the GiEnteis. Great game, Koop. The fear of Toxic on Cresselia in the early game. If I could play differently. I mean, there's no way for me to know that he had Toxic on his Staraptor. Wouldn't have been able to know that information. Could have played a little more defensively with it. After the double edge took out my... I felt too safe trying to set up the Calm Minds, and I wanted to take something with me. But in the process, I ended up losing 2 Pokemon. And while it did set up for an end game that could have gone my way if there was a little more time, that's not how the cards played. So, Koop, you played that perfectly. You deserve your spot at the top of this league. 4-4 loss to me means the GiEnteis are out of the playoff contention once again. But I will be back next week with one more match against our friend Battler X, who brought 3 subsets against me last time, and you better be damn sure he either won't do that again or he'll regret it. As always, my name's Gym Leader Geo. You guys are the challengers. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time.